Hi, this is Phil, and I'm here to tell you all about the Capes and Lunatics Patreon. Don't miss out on our comic book creator interviews, including our monthly Chichester chats with comic book legend DG Chichester, superhero movie brackets in our search for the worst comic book movie of all time, and many, many more specials, all completely uncensored. Access starts for $3 a month, full video when you pledge $5 a month. Check out the link in our show notes or go to patreon.com/capesandlunatics. Hope to see you there.
This is Luca Parrott, and you're listening to the Capes and Lunatics Sidekicks Podcast.
In brightest day,
in blackest nights,
No evil shall escape my sight.
but those who worship evil's might.
beware my power.
Green Lantern's light. Hello and welcome back to another episode of Sector 2814, the Green Lantern Podcast. Never imitated. Spoken to me. I am Phil. Joining me as always, Master of the Chord is.
I am Will. Hey everyone.
And Master of the dog whisperer himself is.
The dog whimperer. Yeah. Hopefully you won't hear any dog cries, but maybe that's just a pregame show thing. Who locked the dog in? Me.
you. Sorry.
All right. So, hey, breaking news. Just happened half hour ago. They dropped the official Spider-Man No Way Home trailer.
Cool.
So, get a little more behind the scene, a little more about the plot, and I won't spoil it, but get a lot more Dr. Octopus in this one.
Who? I didn't know he had appeared yet. I don't know. That's weird.
Looks like we may. Well, I thought they said Jamie Foxx was showing up, and Electro maybe. Still just throwing pumpkin bombs out there, but hey, did you know Doctor Strange is in it?
Who?
No, Doctor Strange.
And his multiverse of madness, perhaps?
That's not till early next year. Well, no. Is it early next year? Or May, I think.
That's just what they want you to think.
Exactly. So what's everyone been watching?
Foundation's still really good.
Oh, yeah?
It's slow, but it's visually stunning. It's on Apple TV, but I think the final episode hits this Friday.
Nice.
And Hawkeye comes soon.
Yeah, day before Thanksgiving. Yeah, a week from tomorrow. Yeah.
And then I think Discovery is this month. I think.
Yeah, I think that's coming soon too. I believe.
So lots of good things coming.
Let me look at my app. I think I have it in here. Discovery. Oh, well, it might be this Thursday.
Oh, sweet.
Nice.
You have something to watch with the missus.
That's right. More Discovery.
I discovered it just came back this Thursday.
Yeah, Matt, you been watching anything?
No.
Besides the dog?
The dog, the baby, the sun going down sooner than it should.
I'm still mad about daylight savings time.
The nights feeling longer. No, I did go to a concert last night, which was fun. I went by myself. Dad's night out. So the Flaming Lips, which was very a lot of weird visual stuff going on, confetti, bubbles, giant pink robot monsters, things like that. So it wasn't boring, that's for sure. So
nice.
Yeah.
So, what else is going on?
What about comic wise? Sorry, excuse me.
Oh, the new Green Lantern came out this. I mean, I won't get it till tomorrow, but I think the next Green Lantern's out this week.
I heard it came out, but I have not. I've avoided all spoilers. I did see the preview. They had a preview of like the first 2 or 3 pages up on some site. I can't remember where it was, and it looks beautiful. I mean, the art. Marco, is it Santucci? I think. I don't know. I'm probably butchering that. And then Tom Rainey. I don't know if he's. I don't think I saw him listed for this one. I think it's Crisscross is doing the second.
Oh.
If I read that right, I could be wrong. You know, it wouldn't be the first time in the last 5 seconds. So,
I mean, yeah, I mean, I like Crisscross used to do like that. What the Captain Marvel series in like the mid or the early 2000s.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know if did you see it? It looks like maybe Marvel might be bringing back Gina Spell.
Yeah, the Ron Lim Silver Surfer. I saw something about that. That looks really. Oh, I'll buy that. Ron Lim Silver Surfer. That takes me back because I was buying that off the stands, man.
There was a new stand.
There was a new stand, and I went there and I bought Silver Surfer.
Gotta go looking for comics these days, unless you just like buy them digitally or something.
Yeah.
Where's Lilith Hellfire? The 90s weren't 10 years ago.
So I have a weird way of keeping track of time. Okay, when it comes to comics,
comics were out.
This is totally with respect to comics. So I really started reading comics, you know, in the 80s, back when I was really young. So in my mind, you know, all the Silver Age Marvel stuff, the Silver Age was the 60s, right? So that's the 60s are 20 years ago. And the 40s are, you know, 40 years ago. No.
I feel the same. I started late 80s and I read those 90s stuff. So it's like the stuff from like the early 2000s. I'm just like, oh, that stuff wasn't that long ago.
That was 20 years ago.
Yeah.
As you get older, time speeds up.
It does. Now get off my lawn. Sorry.
They used to walk uphill both ways to the newsstand.
Exactly.
The newsstand or the supermarket.
Yeah, I tell my kids, I tell the boys something, you know, like I used to walk uphill both ways. He goes, wow, you weren't very smart then, were you, Dad? Thanks, kids. Thanks.
Yeah. Get ready for that, Conan.
Yeah.
When your child first bests you in mental gymnastics.
That was early on for the boys and me.
Yeah. Yes, it'll come early. Beat you down afterwards. It's like they beat you in chess or something.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I'm trying to think what else is. Oh, the first part of the Flash came back tonight. The first part of that Armageddon crossover thing.
Oh, is that with what Black Lightning and the rest of the?
Yeah, it was just the Atom tonight. I think featured 5 weeks, and each one's a different one. But Dylan's Despero.
Oh, that's interesting.
I saw the previews and I'm like, you don't look like it, but he does transform in the episode. So I'm like, okay, now he looks more like himself.
Okay.
With the fin on his head. I'm trying to remember. I don't think they gave him the third eye. They did give him the giant fin and like
Cool.
Old Justice League villain.
Mm-hmm.
The Royal Flush Gang did show up tonight too.
Very cool. They're pulling out the stops on all of the
at least on
less known characters, right?
I don't know how much more they could do with the rogues and stuff, but But shit, I mean, he beat the Royal Flush. He beat the Royal Flush gang like halfway through. So it's like because we needed canon. It's interesting. It was like they had a telepath, but it's like, well, telepath versus a guy who can think at like this speed of light.
Yeah, exactly. Who can speed his perceptions up?
Exactly.
I think that would give somebody a headache.
Or they couldn't read his mind. Or he thought something and then changed his mind. All right. Trying to think what else. Oh, is anyone going to go see Ghostbusters?
It looks good.
It's Paul Rudd. How can it be good?
But I'm still kind of anti-congregating in places with other people at the moment.
Yeah, I don't know. It's. I mean, this is a crazy week, so I'm probably not gonna have time to see it when it comes out. But I do know my local drive-in. By local, I mean like 45 minutes away. Is showing it.
That would be cool.
Yeah, they have the Ghost Mobile. Is it the Ghostbuster
cool.
Mobile?
Ecto
1. Yeah. Ecto 1. Yeah.
That's pretty cool. I saw it. I think I saw it at a con before, but I was a couple weeks ago. I was walking out of my comic shop, and it's when it was. I don't know if it's when he had the sidewalk sale. I saw like someone had a DeLorean, like all like tricked out to look like the Back to the Future DeLorean. Yeah, he had the plates on it and everything. Yeah.
Well, I did see a commercial for Ghostbusters toys. They actually had a proton pack. In permanent plastic. Yay! But yeah, it looked pretty cool. And maybe one of the little traps too. It was over pretty quick, and I was like, "Whoa, wait, was that what I thought it was?"
Yeah, I don't know. Will, you might, no offense, you might be kind of old, but Conan, did you ever have any of those Ghostbusters toys, like when that cartoon was out?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. Yep.
They came with little proton packs.
Yeah, I was a big fan. And then like later there's some like animated ones like you squeeze Egon's legs and his jaw pops open. Yeah.
They had the Ecto 1 and stuff. Yeah. So see, can we talk about Marvel tonight?
Yeah. I'm curious, is the reboot or the movie from a few years back, is that going to be in continuity? Or I mean, I haven't seen it. I guess I need to watch it.
I never watched it either, but I think that was a lot of people's problems with it, is like they didn't like do anything with the original movies.
It was just its own thing.
I like I said, I haven't watched it either, but I'm pretty sure that's what they said. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I heard it wasn't good, but again, I didn't see it, so.
Yeah, I'll have to watch it one of these days. It's got some good actors and actresses in it, so.
I bought a DVD copy at the dollar store. I have not watched it though.
Hey, anytime you buy like a comedy movie or anything, Kona, can you like write that off on your taxes?
Probably.
It's work related.
Yeah.
If it has comedy or a duck on it, he can write that off.
It's the duck tours have suspended for the season, right?
Not yet. At the Sunday after November, or after Thanksgiving. It's cold out there, man, and we have to have the windows at least halfway open just to be safe. And people don't like that, and it's not fun to be the enforcer of the window policy. That's for sure.
Well, it is. You are certainly right. It is definitely cold up north. It's even getting cold down here in the south. So,
Yeah.
Cold everywhere, yeah.
Yep.
Oh, hey, I have a question. I know, Matt, you've worked hard to get rid of your Boston accent. Does your character have a Boston accent?
Not really. Occasionally, I'll just throw it out there just to be for humor. I'll say this is Starbucks or this is the Boston Harbor. Although there have been two occasions where basically just to keep myself interested and not feel burnt out, where I did two tours. Well, because one was this group where the when I got on, the driver said they hoped our conductor would have a Boston accent, so I just didn't. I just did a Boston accent, somewhat toned down, not too obnoxious Boston accent the whole time. And then another time, it was just a group of people that spoke no English, and I didn't. I mean, I still wanted to give my tour, but I just did it with a kind of a little bit more over the top Boston accent.
So if they don't speak English, can you say anything? Just like pizza?
No, that's not a good idea to do that, because people on the sidewalk can still hear you, and even if you think that they don't speak English, they probably, some people might know. So
Some words, right?
yeah, it's best to play it safe.
All right. Should we jump into these issues?
Oh,
You bet.
Most of which are Guy Gardner's.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. I got some of my synopses from somewhere else. So what is this? Comic Vine. All right. So first one is Guy Gardner Warrior 25, double-sized issue from November 1994.
Yeah. It didn't feel double-sized reading it. I don't know. Maybe there were lots of ads in it. I read the digital version, but
There were pinups in the back too, I believe,
Yeah.
right?
oh, that's right. Yeah. So
They
it
filled it
was
Yeah.
annual-esque. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Writer Bo Smith, Mitch Bird, penciler, Albert de Guzman letterer, Dan Davis inker, Stuart Chaffetz colorist, and Eddie Berganza editor. Okay, in the extra size 25th issue, Warrior with the aid of the Phantom. This is random. With the aid of the Phantom Stranger. I mean, I guess to get him where he's going, maybe.
Yeah.
Plunges into a nightmarish world.
Wait. It opens with Guy Gardner sitting on his left hand.
Whoa!
All right. Too soon. Too hot out the gate. Okay.
Oh, is that what they mean by Phantom Stranger?
Maybe.
With the aid of the Phantom Stranger,
All right, I'll let you continue.
It plunges into a nightmarish world where he battles the diabolic Dementor for the life of his estranged brother. During the course of the struggle, Guy Gardner discovers the truth behind his uncontrollable rages and fears he could become as dangerous as the villain he fights. Plus, Warrior learns about the death of his former love, Ice, and faces a different kind of battle, this time with his grief.
Aww.
And the synopsis doesn't say it, but what was that? It was like a random ex-girlfriend like thrown in or something.
Yeah, she was in the coma realm too, I thought.
Yes. So it was like just like wasn't it? Was she from the year one where they got in the car wreck or whatever?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. But besides that, it's nice they brought it back. That was Dixon, didn't they? Who did that? I think Chuck Dixon did that year one stuff. So
yeah. So yeah, that was him.
He's both just like, not ignoring everything that came before.
Everything in Guy Gardner kind of happens at this breakneck pace. There's really no downtime, right? It's just like jump from one thing to the other, to the other, to the other.
Yeah.
And you just go with it. The art's nice. So we just go with it, right?
Just go with it. So yeah, I mean, what did everyone think? I mean, what, Coney, you didn't appreciate those pretty pinups in the back?
No, it's not that. It's not that I didn't appreciate it. I was commenting. I was saying it didn't feel like super long. I don't know. I mean,
Well,
I did feel like I felt. Yeah,
it wasn't double sized. I was wrong.
I feel so lost in many ways.
Yeah.
Uh,
It's only
just a
extra
little bit,
sized. It
yeah.
says so. What's extra? 2 pages, 3 pages.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Extra sized.
I mean,
Legalese.
yeah.
Extra.
I mean, I still feel somewhat lost in this new Guy Gardner realm, and
Do not feel alone.
into this. Yeah, it doesn't look anything like the Guy Gardner that we started with before he became. I mean, he still somehow has awful footwear, as exemplified in page 6. Apparently, definitely, it like goes up to his knees, and then the front goes a little bit over, just to be extra horrible. And yeah, the body makeup and the the flat top. It's
But I mean, yeah, I mean, you're right. He always has bad footwear. I mean, where does he shop? The House of Liefeld.
well, you can see his footwear.
Yeah.
That's true, and his chest isn't like, bigger than any woman's Captain America.
The art, Will's right. The art is good. It's very par for the course in this era. It's there's big, muscly bad guys doing weird things, becoming top cop, and it sort of reminded me. I think there was one of the Nightmare on Elm Street movies where Freddy Krueger's all his victims are like their faces are popping out of his stomach. He's walking around with them.
I think I agree. One of the reasons I think it's kind of hard to know what's going on is because there really there hasn't been a status quo in this book.
Yeah.
Since what, I don't know, the teens, or it was the teens.
Did Hal literally knock that out also?
He may have, or maybe Kyle blew it up when he blew up Oa.
Burn.
Right. But the Dementor is sort of like Freddy Krueger in some ways, although he only lives in the coma worlds, not in dreams, which is a bit of extreme. Or I guess he doesn't only live there, but it's where he thrives.
Well, I'm glad they at least get that basic Cable there, because they must get cops, because he's there, on that one page singing "Bad boys, what you gonna do?"
Oh yeah, it's staple 90s television, although it lasted way longer than that as well. Yeah, I mean, this is I certainly get Image vibes throughout this. I know Image was the hot new kid on the block, even with the naked girl. Kind of reminded me of the Max a little bit, and Dementor I got some serious Violator vibes from it. And I don't know. It's just, but that's just what sells. You try to kind of go off to it. I don't know. It was a fine enough issue, I guess. I mean, I think that they did something special, made it oversized because it's the 25th. And that's just what's expected of a series when it hits that milestone. If you don't have a Prism cover or something, at least make it a little bit bigger. I mean, Quasar 25 was a little longer, too, right? If I'm not mistaken.
I think it was a double size because it was the end of Cosmos and Collision. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So that was well timed.
I could sprinkle some pin particles on it to make it bigger.
Guy Gardner also almost getting beheaded. That was interesting. Making himself an iron neck.
Oh, but the big thing is, yes, he gets the. They're like, hey, his buddies from the jungle. Hey, we're gonna open a bar.
Yep.
Yeah.
We're gonna name it Warriors because sometimes you need to go where everyone knows your name.
That's right.
Yeah. Where everybody knows your brand new rebranded name. Doesn't have the same ring to it, but
So it was a Guy Gardner issue, eh?
Yeah.
All right, so should we jump to the next one?
You bet.
You thought this one was weird, kids. We ain't read nothing yet. All right. Hold on, let me jump to the next one. Guy Gardner, Warrior 26 from December 94. I think it's the same. Oh no, J.H. Williams, the third penciler.
Yeah, he's really good too.
Yeah, I think everyone else is the same here. Oh no, Wade Vaughn, Grob, Badger, Inker. Are they having trouble holding on to our teams here?
The other one was, remember, extra size, so maybe they just need to give him a break.
Oh, maybe. Yeah, yeah, definitely. All right. Warrior tests his new power against the ultimate terrorist, the Black Serpent, a modern-day pirate who holds the president hostage in New York's World Trade Center. Oh, jeez, this thing is so dated because he calls the president Billy and William, and then they get the World Trade Center.
yeah.
Warrior's battles against the villain and his wowders become explosive as Guy Gardner's new powers prove to be a threat to the city as dangerous as the terrorists. Yeah, the president's in danger. Yeah, when the pirate crew attacks the skyscraper, he's good. All right, so what do we think of this one?
Well, I didn't think it looked very much like Bill Clinton.
Yeah.
Maybe that's for legal reasons. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe there's one panel where it looked all right. I definitely don't think this guy was the ultimate terrorist, although the irony in a terrorist attacking the World Trade Center is kind of strange. But he's kind of a very jokey pirate, land-based pirate terrorist. I don't know. I mean, they did all like the standard Bill Clinton jokes, kind of saying like he's gonna play the saxophone.
Yeah.
If they couldn't leave the building, if they could leave the building, I'm probably sure he would have went to a McDonald's or something. But,
Yeah.
Exactly.
Pre-Lewinsky, so it wasn't right for that kind of.
Oh man, that one.
hijinks.
Yeah, there were lots of dated, very, very dated references in this one.
Yeah, I was surprised they went with like they are. You could tell it's Bill Clinton just from calling him Billy. It's not like don't comics usually if they don't make up a president just keep it vague. It's like, oh hey, Mr. President.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, yeah, they weren't hiding it. That's for sure.
So which one was weirder, this one or the last one?
I think this one was because it just was kind of.
Let's go fight it. Let's go fight a terrorist.
Let's go fight a terrorist. Yeah, because okay, sure, why not? I've already had lunch, so yeah, let's go.
Yippee-ki-yay.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh man, we already recorded. We did it early, but some of us recorded the Christmas episode of Capes and Lunatics. We did the review of Die Hard, and I said to keep it, like family friendly. I said, here's what I'm going to say: Yippee-ki-yay, Matt Kona.
No, this was a typical Guy Gardner issue that just fly through it, right? I mean, although this actually reads, I feel like these Guy Gardner issues read a little denser than the Green Lantern issue. That one seems to be doesn't seem to have as much density, you know, as far as text or panels per page or anything like that. It seems to go real fast.
Well, I think they know what they have in the artist, and yeah, I don't know if it's like, is Mars trying to keep it like, I don't want to say simple, but just keeping it light for a while.
Maybe, I don't know. It was. We'll talk about 60 in a minute.
Okay. Which is, I mean, whose sales were they trying to boost? Because yeah, like the first two of that crossover, all the first two parts are in Guy Gardner, and then they ended with Green Lantern. I thought they would have stuck that in the middle.
Yeah, I didn't understand that, but you know, there's so much I don't understand.
What with Guy Gardner? All right, so let's get to let's start capital. What is it? Capital Punishment. From it starts in Guy Gardner number 27. I can get to it. Here we go. Yeah, part 1 of the 3-part story. Basically, I think it's the same team again from the first one. So, part 1 of the 3-part Capital Punishment, guest starring Steel. Guy Gardner teams with John Henry Irons when Warrior arrives in Washington, D.C. to rescue his brother, remember Melissa, from the Quorum.
Melissa.
But the Quorum has activated Sledge, a super soldier from the past with orders to kill. Plus, Superman makes a cameo appearance. Boy, I was surprised they had such a, they go along so.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, because it's weird because, guys like, oh, I'm like half alien now.
Right.
Superman's like, I get you.
I'm all alien, Guy. What's your? I don't understand what you're saying.
Just wait 10 years. We're gonna wipe that. We're gonna wipe that DNA clean.
That's right. Because that's the way the lanterns do it, baby.
Yeah. But I'm sorry. Well, I mean, yeah, it's cool they went with Steel, but it's like after Superman leaves, Guy even says he's like, oh, I should ask them to help look for my brother. And he's like, it's my fight anyway.
Why don't I just call the Phantom Stranger and say, hey, dude, where's my brother? You
don't call the Phantom Stranger. The Phantom Stranger calls you.
That's right.
And then Sledge.
Yeah.
I've seen him float around the DC universe, and I didn't know where he came. Like his first showed up. I guess it's here. I guess.
I don't know. This
seems like
is the only time I've ever seen him.
Yeah. I mean, I think other stories have used them as like background, or just hey, we need a big guy to hit, so here we go.
Here's a tank.
Yeah, exactly. Let's cross Captain America in the Hulk. Here you go.
Yeah. It kind of reminded me of like those memes that say like, we have blank at home, and it says this at home. We have Juggernaut at home.
That's very fair. That's fair.
Oh, please.
Sledge. That's the orange stuff from the Sunny D commercial.
I was gonna say, does he have a sister? That's Slash. No, does he have a sister?
Oh. She a musician?
This is just a giant slugfest. I mean,
yeah, just Guy and Steel throwing one-liners at each other. Yeah,
right. Yeah, it was kind of hard to see if they were on the same page or just keep. Yeah, Steel didn't have the greatest showing, either with the one-liners or with the fight. Really.
Yeah, because he only
a
showed
little out of character for Steel. That doesn't seem like the Steel that was, showing up in Steel in all the super books too. So
I don't know if they're just like, oh, yeah, because wasn't he in Washington D.C. in his own book? So it's like, oh, hey, let's have Steel. It's like, again, 3-part story. He only shows up in like the second half of the first issue. It's like, I don't know, does he kind of get overshadowed by Superman showing up in the beginning of the issue?
Maybe.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, this like Steele comes in and he leaves. Like, it seems like he's out real quick. Again, maybe we're just trying to boost each other's books. I don't know.
I like how they brought down the Washington Monument.
Yes. Look out! Everyone, look out!
The chopper.
Get to the chopper! Oh, there you go. I mean, we're gonna get him in a couple minutes, but Major Force. What if we got Schwarzenegger to play Major Force?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if he'd do it now, but back in the day, I could have seen him playing Major Force. And he played Mr. Freeze, for God's sake. Come on.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just thumbing through this issue. Yeah, this is pure 90s goodness. What about Guy who daydreaming in the beginning?
Batman says, yes, he's so much smarter than I am.
What a great mind, if only I was as smart as Guy.
Yeah.
And then yes, kids, it's the age of mullet Superman.
Mullet Superman was really a thing.
For a few years, yes, kids.
Mm-hmm.
From
And
the time
so was Electric Superman.
Oh yes. But the long hair lasted
Longer? Haha.
That's what she said. Sorry, I've been watching The Office way too much. But then the end of this issue, Guy figures, hey, I'm in Washington. I'll go spend Christmas with my mother, even though I haven't done that in years.
Uh-huh.
And then he comes home, and who's sitting in his kitchen with the open refrigerator?
Oh, jeez. Going back to that well, wow.
That old
Yep.
cat.
Yeah.
So is that like his? I mean, I guess that was they're trying to like shock us, but it's like, is that Major Force's thing? Like murder by refrigerator or something? Yeah.
He does make a joke about it. He mentions a microwave.
Well, is that the next issue? Yeah, there's like one issue. He's like, yeah, because she wouldn't fit in the microwave or something.
Mm-hmm.
What a jerk. All right, should we get to the next one?
You bet.
All right. All right. So, Guy Gardner, Warrior 28. Same team. February 95. Warrior goes berserk when he learns that Major Force may have been responsible for his mother's death. Even if Guy Gardner lets the villain live, Green Lantern Kal Rayner has his own vendetta with Major Force. So, I almost forgot, because at first I was like, wait, is this the first time he's meeting Kal? Then it's like, oh, no, 0 Hour. They meant
0 Hour, yeah.
Because he's like, oh, hey, kid, you pulled a Superman, came back from the dead. Because he saw him disappear with Hal. He's like, I kind of had to kill him.
Yeah, I went to Oa. Notice he didn't say, and I blew it up.
I mean, it's Guy, though. I mean, if he would have been like, that's the only way I could have stopped Hal, Guy would have been like, okay. Everyone there was dead anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Because
the Guardians evacuated everybody.
Oh, say it. But yeah, again, with just big slugfest in the beginning with Guy and Major Force, and then Kal shows up. And Dementor's still running around?
Yeah.
But I how about that scene where Major Force throws the shocking Guy's like, he's like, man, if I still had my ring, man, I can make like a catcher's mitt or something, but what am I gonna do? And that's when Kal shows up.
And catches it, yeah.
Yeah, something a lot cooler than a catcher's mitt, though.
Yeah.
Unless it's a catcher's mitt with spikes, it's hard to tell.
Then he catches a bus.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, literally catches a bus, not boards a bus. Sorry.
Saw that one coming up the street.
Yeah.
And then after Major Force gets away, Cal's like, wait a minute, he was in your mom's kitchen?
No.
By the fridge. So then Guy's like, get us there as quick as you can. So they get back, but it's not Guy's mom. It's the neighbor or something whose house
Thelma or somebody. Yeah.
Yes, Thelma's house sitting for Louise.
Yeah. Yes, it's the 90s.
Oh boy.
So this issue,
Yeah, I couldn't tell if they were like joke names for each other or those are really the characters' names. But
I figured the issue just went over the cliff really fast.
yeah.
Oh, and then he gets an anonymous tip from, I was going to say Aricia. No, it's the one who looks like.
Yeah.
Although they kind of made her look more, like a normal human, because she seemed orange in like some of those earlier appearances. Now she's, she looks like a normal woman, human woman, unless her tan just faded or something.
It happens.
Although Guy looks pretty tan. And the dialogue in this, come on, kids, this is Shakespeare. Major Flop, welcome to Hurt City. I love Guy's like, good one. Because that was wow, kids, not even Guy. So then they're beating on Major Force, and who shows up at the end? That's right, kids, it's Melissa.
Or is it?
Well, it's someone or something in Melissa's armor.
Uh-huh.
All right, kid. So, what did you guys think of this one?
Let me catch my breath.
At least a lot happened. It seemed like a lot more happened in this issue.
A lot happened in this.
Like more happened in this issue than the extra sized issue, almost.
Uh-huh. I don't know where to start. Matt, save us.
Oh, don't look at me. I mean,
help us, Obi-Wan. Help us, Obi-Wan Koenig. We already hope.
If you're gonna start the first of a 3-part arc, I guess this is one way to do it. You throw a lot at the wall, and
this is the second part, right?
This is part 2.
Part, I'm sorry. Yeah. Right. Well, right. Yeah. I mean,
that wall's coded. Come on.
Right. It's at least we get into some Green Lantern, and but man, I mean, especially since like after the ending of the issue before, we kind of know this MF's MO. And,
nice.
Bridges. So, but the man chomping heads, highway throwdowns, OJ references. I bring up OJ a lot in the podcast because I wonder how it's very interesting to me how it informs the culture, and they just tackle it head on with a white Bronco joke in the middle.
So
just kind of your mommy. Give my regards to your mommy. Yeah. And like a woman was still murdered and thrown in a fridge, and they kind of they're like, oh, it wasn't my mom, so just some lady watching the cat, which is also in the freezer, and Yeah.
So it wasn't Guy's mother. Yeah, I know. It's just, someone still died, but it wasn't Guy's mother. So it's like if the refrigerator doesn't fit, you must have quit.
Oh.
Yeah. Again, why did Bo Smith just feel this burning desire to be so topical? It's like, hey, look, we talk all about, we're hip. We talk about current stuff. Meanwhile, it ages the book now that you read it.
Mm-hmm.
Can you imagine some kid reading this book now? I'd be like, who? Wait, what?
Who? Yeah. Billy? Who's that? He played a saxophone?
Oh, yeah. We learned about this in history class.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, this thing is just kind of all over the place, but I mean, the art's good and it rushes along at breakneck speed.
And I love how they did, like, the first two parts were here, so it's like for the finale, I guess Bo Smith was just like, here on Mars, you do something with this. So should we jump to the last one, the Green Lantern issue?
Yeah.
Sounds good to me.
I was gonna say, if nothing else,
see how the dismount goes. Yeah.
Oh. That's what she said. All right, so yeah, part 3 of Capital Punishment, Green Lantern number 60 from March 1995. We got writer Ron Mars, penciler Daryl Banks, inker Romeo Tangle, colorist Steve Matson, letterer Albert de Guzman, and editors Kevin Doley and Eddie Berganza. But we got a Mitch Bird and Romeo Tangle cover. So, yeah, Capital Punishment Act 3. Guy Gardner and Cal face off against Melissa and Major Force. Cal wants to kill Major Force, but can't bring himself to do it. But Guy can and does, but not before Major Force kills Guy's brother.
Which, I found that kind of shocking.
What?
That the brother was there. They just killed him right off.
Yeah.
That just happened. It's just done. That's it. I'm like,
No.
Wait a minute. This has been a recurring character now for what, a year and a half, maybe?
Yeah.
And they don't even kill him off in his own book, in the book. They don't kill him off in Guy Gardner. He gets killed off in Green Lantern. I just thought that was weird.
I mean, he was originally created by Dixon, right? I'm trying to remember. Did Mitch Bird make him militia, or was that still Chuck Dixon? Was Mitch Bird just like, yeah, I'm done with? I don't know. I can't do anything else with this guy.
I don't know. I mean, yeah, it was just weird.
That's not the oddest thing we've seen tonight, but yeah, that seems pretty odd.
Yeah.
Oh, and actually, kind of Kyle won't kill him because that's not what Green Lanterns do. But then he doesn't stop Guy from killing him, which is kind of what Green Lanterns are supposed to do, right?
Yeah, but come on. I mean, who's gonna blame him for taking out this MFer? Come on.
Yeah, I know.
But again, that gives Guy, time to say, hey, some of us are heroes and some of us are warriors.
Yeah.
Get it? Gonna hype up that name.
Now, I did find the last page very interesting.
Oh, yes. I wonder, or in the next to last page too.
Yes.
We, because after the Quorum packs up shop and Callie and Guy have their little talk. Yeah. First epilogue, we see a pair of feet in the desert.
Huh. Wonder who that could be.
I wonder who. I don't know, William. Do you have any thoughts on who the person in the desert could be? I don't want to spoil it for you, kid.
We're not going to spoil it.
Of course, Hal Jordan.
And we get a green light shooting down into. Is that supposed to be New York or is that supposed to be the West Coast?
I think it's Central Park, isn't it?
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty sure. Let's see here.
Yeah.
This page not
We get a very, very dapper looking
New York. Okay.
hip and with it Ganthit.
Yeah, speaking of long hair. I know his little blazer and everything. Yeah.
His wardrobe is very on point.
So yes, he's looking for someone. I wonder who that could be.
I don't know.
Let me see how you've been doing. All right. Let me see your assignment. How have you been doing?
You blew up what?
I went home, but my home wasn't there anymore.
What happened to my home?
Hey, did you find that green rock? Did you find that green rock I left for you?
Oh, yeah.
Seems like I'm getting a package every other day.
Wow. So thoughts on this? Matt Cona's in shock.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, well, I mean, it does. It's interesting that Kyle and Guy sort of, I don't know if hit it off is the right word because we saw them interact before, but they definitely have a better relationship than Hal and Guy seem to have. I know it's a different one, but there's not. I don't know. He's not in the situation where he has to suffer for the sins of the predecessor. It's just sort of. I mean, Guy Gardner's got other things to worry about, and Kyle Green Lantern is sort of helping out. But yeah, the killing was a little bit shocking, and I mean, this was like the second issue, correct? Like where it just asked on the cover, who will kill him, and
I know, spoilers. It's like, oh, someone's gonna kill him.
right? Yeah.
I don't know. This really didn't feel like at least to me, it didn't feel like an issue of Green Lantern.
Yeah.
You know, it just felt like, of course.
Well, it really isn't when you think about it. It's basically Guy Gardner, but I guess they just wanted to do the crossover for the numbers or something. I mean, because again, all three of these could have been in Guy Gardner.
Well, but I kind of feel that way ever since the end of him getting back to Earth, after the repercussions of 0 Hour, they've all seemed to be just kind of one-shot stories that just, done, one and done, which is cool, but there doesn't seem to be a whole lot of connective tissue, of, keeping it as like one story as opposed to a bunch of individual stories, at least from what I see. And that probably is by design, I would think. I mean, I think Matt's probably right. These are there to keep people, make it easy for people to jump on the book because you get a complete story, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I guess I'm looking for a little more Green Lantern style action than what we've been getting the last several issues of the title.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's a lot of crossovers. Like we did that Titans crossover. Now we're doing the Guy Gardner crossover. I mean, between the Titans stuff and this, I mean, we've had what two issues.
Yeah.
So yeah, again, once we get past this, I mean, it starts picking up. Once
Mm-hmm.
next is kind of a fill-in, but yeah, after that we kind of start picking up. Maybe just Mars finally found the direction, especially when he's in Saddle. And again, even before the Titan stuff, we had to do 0 Hour. I mean, geez, Cal was like what 3 or 4 months in, and it starts dropping them into crossovers and team up.
Universe altering crossovers. Sorry.
by the greatest villain we've ever seen. See, I thought Major Force didn't come back for longer, but I guess we will see him again in Guy Gardner 43. So
Oh, so maybe that death wasn't
towards
quite as deadly as we thought it was.
in comics, get out of here.
I know.
Yeah, towards the end of the Guy Gardner series, yeah, we'll see Major Force. It's in 96, so. Can't keep a good MFer down, can you? So, any other thoughts, Mr. Kona? This is probably the first time you've experienced this.
Yeah. Yeah, it seems. I hope Warrior finds his mom and he doesn't have to break the news about the cat and her friend being dead in their kitchen. And buys her a new house.
I know.
Yeah.
Boy, I thought this would be a better Guy Gardner week, but yeah. Well, that's a low bar. That's a low bar. But
Yeah.
Good point.
again, once we clear the Guy Gardner stuff, I mean, it's pretty much just a lot of Green Lantern and drop a few other things in there, but
which is kind of the point of the podcast, right?
Exactly. And Will's just clocking time until 2004 rolls around.
What could happen in that year? I don't know. Gosh, golly gee.
Favorite person comes back and sucker punches DC's mascot. Oh god. All right. I was looking at the schedule for next week. I'm sorry, boys. All right, next week, Guy Gardner 29 and annual number 1 and Dark Stars 29.
Actually, I did not buy Guy Gardner. I think I bought Guy Gardner up until he lost the ring, so before the year 1 type thing for him. But I do remember buying Guy Gardner number 29 because it had like a gatefold cover on the front, and the artist was Phil Jimenez, who would eventually do Wonder Woman and all those things. Awesome artist.
Yeah.
So I remember buying that one. I don't know where it is at the moment, but I've got it somewhere.
It won't play right. It won't stack right.
Eclipso. Sorry.
A lot of Guy Gardner in the next 2 weeks, but yeah, then don't worry. Then the last 2 weeks of the year we'll get a bunch of cows.
So next week is 29 through what?
29, the first annual, and then Dark Stars 29.
And what about the week after that?
Guy Gardner 30 through 32, and Action Comics 709. Guy makes an appearance in Action Comics.
With mullet soups.
Yes. They did the homage to when him and the Eradicator were on the cover of the comic.
Oh, okay.
This time and mullet Superman. And then there's only then 2 more episodes after that to round out the year. Green Lantern plus Ray number 1, Green Lantern 61, and Aquaman 10 in 3 weeks. And then the final episode of the year will be Dark Stars 30 through 33, and Green Lantern 62 through 64. Someone comes visiting.
Who could that be?
Somebody hits New York. Well, a whole bunch of guest stars. Was at that 64? A lot of people show. All right. So, yes, kids, send your thoughts on all of that. That's the rest of 2021. Email us, capesandlunatics@gmail.com, or call the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. And remember, you can follow Sector 2814 on Facebook, on Twitter. Go join the Book of OR Facebook fan group. Find links to all the social medias for all the shows we do. The YouTube channel. Go subscribe to the YouTube channel. The link, get a link to that. See Matt Kona talking about all those MFers. But please, most importantly, if you can, please subscribe to the Patreon. Once again, we have no Guardians of the Universe behind us. We're on our own. So please, anything you can contribute would greatly be appreciated. Or if you want to buy some merch, we got the store, cups, t-shirts, phone cases, more coming soon. So find links to all of that all in one place. That's Linktree, linktr.ee/capesandlunatics. All right, Matt Kona, where can people talk to you if they don't speak English?
At MATTKONA, and I will tweet or Instagram comment you in a very thick Boston accent if you want.
The yin to Darkhawk's yang.
It's a bit of a heel turn.
He gives me his bone.
See you later, Bunky.
All right, Bill Allred, master of the Lantern Corps, master of the Quantum Zone, master of the Crossover Division. Where can people find you?
You can find me at Walred. That would be at Gmail and Twitter and Facebook and probably Instagram too, although I don't know that I've logged in there in forever. But if you want to check out my self-published crossover division with some amazing artists, it's crossoverdivision.com or Diary of Night at diaryofnight.com. And if you want to find out all kinds of cool stuff about Quasar, check out the Quantum Zone at quantumzone.org.
I blew that.
Oh my!
Seems like I'm getting a package every other day.
Kid may not know this, but
I, of course, love Hal Jordan. I am God.
there's Hal. There's Hal.
I am God.
Star Blast, the crossover that keeps on giving.
All right, kids. Again, thanks for joining us again. Next week, Gardner 29, the market grand opening. Gardner 81 and March 1st, 29. Come on, kids. Come here so we can get 3 times 3,000. That's how I know. First year of Sector 314.
Mm-hmm.
All right, kids. Come back next time. And remember, I was going to tell you this. Keep an eye on that damn fridge.